As you may know, people, I was quoted in a video recently made by SJW101, the political gamer, aka Eric Blair. Now, Mr. Blair was mocking the anti-SJW side about our reaction to the recent rule changes and YouTube's demonetization of several key anti-SJW people and non-anti-SJW people. He forgets that I mentioned Philip DeFranco and did not say he was part of our community, which he isn't. And in this mockery, in this supposed satire, where he legitimately uses Orwell, even more so than he usually does, he quotes me. Now, I'm going to show you this quote, and then I'm going to expose to you what he did in this that is so wrong.
The only thing we need to talk about is free speech and the scum that opposes it. It is our solemn duty to declare war on social justice, to embrace anti-intellectualism, to smite do-gooders with their talk about feelings, to bully every last blue-haired girl from YouTube. We will ridicule, we will humiliate, we will hurt, we will mock and spite, and we will laugh at the pain we cause under the guise of comedy, because only then will the SJW stop destroying our way of life. Bros, keep fighting the good fight. The time for reason and argument has passed. We can only win this war by smashing the regressives into the ground, by opposing them wherever we see them, by driving them from the internet. Only then can we have open debate and free speech. Do not fall for their dirty lies that capitalism is to blame for the actions of corporate advertisers.
Google might be full of SJWs. You ever thought of that?
Or that everybody is being hit by Google in the same way.
So does that mean the Young Turks, do they get demonetized if they basically make videos about this? Because that's what they do. They won't, will they?
Even though this has probably affected us more than any other channel.
Yeah, so many of our videos have been demonetized.
So other than, accusing us of anti-intellectualism, which is odd because we're not the ones banning political thoughts that we don't agree with on college campuses, and the stuff that he quoted Johnny Fox with, did you notice what he did there with my footage? Did you notice that? Let me just show you once again.
Or that everybody is being hit by Google in the same way.
So does that mean the Young Turks, do they get demonetized if they basically make videos about this? Because that's what they do. They won't, will they? We talked about this, me and Eric, and also Tim came in as well, but nobody cares about Tim. I conceded to SJW101 that yes, TYT were indeed demonetized. I made the video before I found out that they were demonetized, and that was about 24 hours later. But that does not mean that he has to go and cut out parts of my video to serve his own narrative. All he had to do was say I was wrong and we can move on, because I could concede I was wrong. But yeah, he doesn't just do that. He demands an apology after he fabricates my own point of view. He fabricates something that I said in order to serve his own narrative, that I thought that only anti-SJWs were getting hit by Google and that I was mentioning TYT because of their political leanings. But as you shall see here in full context from my video, controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. So you can't even talk about the news. You can't talk about anything, Colin Kaepernick, whatever the fuck that guy's name is. You can't talk about anything because it's controversial. So does that mean the Young Turks, InfoWars, CNN, NBC, Fox, all their YouTube channels, do they get demonetized if they basically make videos about this? Because that's what they do. I mentioned TYT in the same breath as InfoWars, as Fox News, and of course other outlets like CNN and MSNBC who are slightly more centrist or left-wing. And I was mentioning them purely as a news network. I didn't even mention ideology, in fact. So there you have it. SJW101 simply couldn't stop himself from lying about me, even though he was already right to begin with that I got something wrong. But I guess it wasn't enough to prove that I was wrong. He realised that I wasn't talking about ideology, so he had to make it as if I was talking about ideology. That's why you see that the cut in that video is terrible, and that's not my style. I don't do cuts like that. I've been editing a lot recently to know how to jump cut fairly well, and I have my own different style. It's hard to explain, and I'm not trying to say that I'm good at editing, but I know how to do my own jump cuts, basically, and that is not how I edited my video, and that's not how the video was originally. Yet he still managed to completely and utterly fool his fan base, and in the comments they were convinced that I said that, even though I didn't. But it's his own fault for linking my video down below. So if anything weren't lazy enough to actually not bother to click on the link, they would see that he lied to them. That I was not saying it was anti-SJWs, I just said it was news corporations, because they're not considered individuals, they're considered, corporations. That's what I was saying. But then he decides in the comments that I have to apologise for getting something wrong, even though I wasn't wrong in the way that he said I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong in saying TYT weren't demonetised, but that's about it. Apart from that, I'm not wrong in the way that he says I was wrong, because he was trying to say that I was basically saying that, oh, if you're part of a certain ideology, you are going to get demonetised. But obviously that's not the case, as even non-political YouTubers like PewDiePie has been hit recently. So I'm not the one who owes an apology here. A concession, which I granted you in the comments. I deserve an apology for basically being misrepresented and lied about. But that's not going to happen. I just want to clear the air here. Eric, you can say I am wrong. You can prove I am wrong. I'm only human. I can't get everything right. But you don't have to lie about it. You don't have to push it even further to suit your own narrative, because that's just funny that you were accusing me of doing the very thing with that doctored footage, yet you did the very same thing. That's it, people. I don't have much to say other than that. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe. And if you love it, please donate to that Patreon. Links all down below. And I'll see you all later. And SJW101, stop lying.